Matt, I'm joined with Ania and cake artist Shannon from Chrusciki. Did I say that right?
That's right.
All right, awesome. Bakery. And you guys have been around for a long time. How long?
Since 1987.
Okay, and you said you've also been participating in the Taste of Buffalo for quite some time.
Since 1989.
Awesome. So you guys are actually going to have your specialty that you are going to be making. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about that.
And we're going to make our Chruscikis, and that's really where we, how we became so famous, I believe. Our Chruscikis, it's a buffalo angel wing. It's a sour cream fried dough, powdered with sugar on top. And it's delicious.
And you said that these kind of made your restaurant or your bakery famous. So, why do you think people are so drawn to them?
It's like a potato chips. You can't just eat one. I think once you just start, you keep going. There's a couple different things you can do with it. We drizzle them with caramel or chocolate at the taste, just to give it a little bit, more of a kick. But they're just great for parties.
And so how did you guys come up with the idea for them? Where did it all start?
Straight from Poland. My parents moved here in '86, and then they just basically went back and forth to Poland, got plenty of different recipes, and Chrusciki was one of the recipes that they perfected. And you can find them now anywhere in Western New York, a lot of different supermarkets, and Tops being one of them.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and just talk about the ingredients. What do you need in order to make them?
Well, we need some eggs and sugar, vanilla flavoring, and rum or brandy is always nice, gives it a little kick. We brought rum with us today. Salt, a little bit of flour, and just fry them in oil. And then the powdered sugar goes on top at the end.
All right, perfect. And we'll have much more coming up. Back in the kitchen with you are Shannon, who is...
I am.
You are
Shannon.
You are Shannon. I was going to say you are the cake decorating experts.
Right. I'm the newest addition to Chrusciki Bakery.
And we're getting ready to make the Buffalo Angel Wings, which are going to be served at the Taste of Buffalo. And so let's go ahead and get those started.
So what we're going to do first is we're going to combine our eggs, 3 eggs and sugar into the mixer. And then we'll start off our dough. Oh, don't knock over the...
You don't want to lose the rum.
Yeah, the rum's the best part, right? The rum. We're going to get that going. Once that's good and blended, it's about a pale yellow color, we're going to add in our sour cream. The sour cream, I hear, helps it fry up a little nicer. Some recipes don't call for it. It's much better with the sour cream in it.
So is that kind of a special ingredient that not all of these have?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
That's what makes it a little more crispy.
A little more crispy. Ooh, I like that. And so you have it just kind of at a low speed right now?
Yeah, and we'll have to scrape down, get it blending, then it will splash.
Okay, so what should you do if you don't have this really nice KitchenAid mixer?
I think a hand mixer works well. It's really hard once it gets to the dough stage because it does take quite a beating on your mixer.
It's pretty dense.
Yeah, it's pretty thick and dense.
So you pretty much need a standing mixer then?
You're going to need a tough mixer, yeah. Something that can take it
that
over.
Or just head over to the bakery, right?
Yeah, or even better, head over to Chrusciki's. They do it the best.
All right, well, we're going to keep working on this, and we'll have more in just a little bit, but for now, we'll send it on over to Matt. Matt, we are making the Buffalo Angel Wings here, and we're about ready to get them started. Since we were last on, we actually added the flour, and, this is a really dense dough.
Very dense, so it's going to take some work.
All right,
let's roll that baby out.
Let's get it started.
Okay.
So what do we do here?
Well, we're just going to slice it into thinner slices, just because it is a dense dough, so you don't want to work it. You don't want to work too hard. So make a few slices, and then we'll start rolling it.
So when you have a denser dough, what is the end result then?
It's just going to make it nice and crispy once we throw it into the fryer. And it really doesn't have to be in there very long. I mean, we're talking seconds once it goes in.
Okay, so a denser dough equals a crispier result.
Nice and crispy result.
All right, awesome.
Oh, we got Shannon to join us, and she is going to roll it out.
And the trick is to get it as thin as you can, right?
Okay, very, very thin.
If you think it's thin enough, do it more, because it's not thin enough, right?
And then you add a little flour, just like cookies, if it
Making
starts
sure
to
it's not
stick to your
sticking.
dough or to your roller.
So, I mean, in judging the thinness then, I mean, how would you compare it to, like, the thickness of a dime or nickel?
Almost paper thin.
Paper thin, wow,
Almost.
okay. You know, I made that
Wow.
mistake before when I've made homemade pasta, and you think it's thin until you actually start to go cook it, and then
Yes.
you realize it needed to be a whole lot thinner.
Right.
So,
So that's still pretty.
so go ahead and tell us a little bit more about Taste of Buffalo, what you guys are all going to have there.
Well, at the Taste of Buffalo, we're going to have our signature Chruscikis, and we will actually have them with the powdered sugar, but we will be drizzling them with a chocolate or a caramel on top. And we will have our famous New York style cheesecake, and that's also going to be topped with either cherries, pineapple, and strawberries. And we will have our lemon drop cupcakes. Those are fantastic. They are actually an old-fashioned cupcake, and they're super dense, more like a pound cake dough, so not your typical cupcake. And then we will have our healthy choice, our wellness bars inspired by Dr. Oz.
And we'll be talking a little bit more about that in a little bit, but as far as the angel wings go, how many of these do you go through at the Taste of Buffalo?
Oh my gosh, it's thousands. I mean, you can't, it is thousands of pieces. And it's just so fun to watch people eat them. We always say, if you're wearing black, you're in trouble because the powdered sugar just goes, yeah.
Slightly,
That's exactly,
right?
you have to do the bend.
And you said that they're like chips, so I have to imagine that people keep coming back to your booth.
Exactly. You really can't just have one. But it's just it's a fun product, and we've just had it. You know, it truly is. We've had it for so long, and we've perfected it, and it's just great that you can find it anywhere in your your local stores in Western New York.
And as far as the cupcakes, you go through thousands of those as well?
Oh yes, yes, and cheesecakes. Taste of Buffalo is an awesome event. I mean, it's one of the bigger events in Buffalo, and you know, the people that come out to eat and sample everything that looks really good. Yeah.
All right, so we have a thin piece of dough, and what's next?
And now we're gonna cut it up into little strips.
Okay.
So basically, yep, we brought a nice decorative little roller with us today.
You could also use
You
just
can use a
standard
pizza roller cutter if you'd like.
But that's so pretty.
It is. It makes it a little more fun. And you put them in like just these little strips, and then you put little holes in them.
This is the fun part.
This is the fun part.
And you say
Right
this
in the
part is
center.
the part that goes really quick.
Yeah. Well.
Or the next part,
The
where we
next
drop
part,
them in the
once you
oil.
start cooking. This takes
Right.
a little practice.
So just, you're going to take the bottom corner, tuck it in, and pull it through.
Awesome.
And it comes on to a little bow tie.
And can we throw a couple of those in there?
Yes,
You get these.
absolutely.
I'll tie, you go.
Okay. I'm going to throw these babies in here.
Okay, and you said it's just a matter of seconds once you actually
Yep.
throw into
They're
the
gonna
pot.
pop right up. Should be about 350 degrees for the oil.
All right.
They'll be popping right up for us, and we just flip them around, and once they're nice and golden brown, we'll pull them out and put them on paper towels to soak up the grease.
Okay. And so how hot do you have the oil there?
About 350.
About 350.
I don't think this one's 350 because
Okay,
it's
and
not
we will
popping up as fast.
show the finished product just after the break.
There we go.
Welcome back. We're in the kitchen. We just finished up our buffalo angel wings. I can't wait to give them a try. But before I start putting food in my mouth, we'll talk about the second helping today, which is actually a healthy option that you guys are going to have at the Taste of Buffalo.
We do. They're delicious. It is a wellness bar inspired by Dr. Oz, and there's cherries and walnuts and oats, and they're wonderful. A nice little kick in the morning.
And you said that they're inspired by Dr. Oz. Go ahead and tell me the story.
Well, we actually work with Singer Farms, and they kind of, asked us, oh, can you make this bar for us? We've seen it on Dr. Oz's website, and that's really how it came about. Nice, fresh, dried fruit, and it's super popular, very, very popular. We sell a lot of those.
You guys kind of put your own little spin on it then.
Exactly.
So, as far as making these, is it very difficult or?
No, not really. I mean, it actually goes in the oven for just a little bit. So once you get all the ingredients together, put it on a nice flat pan and then just cut them up after they're done.
And so, you know, eating one of these as opposed to just going and buying a granola bar at the store or something like that, just go ahead and tell me about the health benefits of going with this route rather than that.
Well, we do not put any additional preservatives in any of our product, so we really stride on that. So it's truly just, you know, as healthy as you can get it. You know, it's not prepackaged. It doesn't sit on a shelf very long. You know, it's just coming in. You know, it's coming in and getting a nice, sweet, fresh baked good in the morning with a really nice, healthy choice.
And with you both working in the bakery, is it hard to go for the healthy option when you have stuff like this tempting you all the time?
It's really hard, but I must say, there's not a day that does not go by I don't have something sweet. You just can't, you know. I mean, you're there and it's staring at you in the face.
Well, I can't wait to see these at the Taste of Buffalo. I'm going to go ahead and give these a try, but in the meantime, we'll talk